Hey LC, welcome back to your 19th installment of LC TV. I'm Vivian Kelly.
And I'm Haley Helmuth. On this week's episode, we'll be getting advice about AP testing,
Learning about Earth Day,
and getting a look into the athletic office. And now here's 5 things LC's talking about. The Color Run is this Sunday, April 26th. If you signed up, be sure to be at LC by 9 a.m.
There's a jazz showcase on April 30th. Come out and listen to the band.
The final freshman play is tonight at 7 in the auditorium. Tickets will be sold at the door.
May is almost here and so is the end of the school year. Make sure to keep studying to keep your grades up and be prepared for finals.
Senior Banquet is tonight from 6 to 10 with the Coachella theme. Let's hear more about it from the sponsor of Senior Class Cabinet.
Senior Banquet is the party at the end of the year for seniors only, and it's just a really great time to hang out with friends. Students should go to Senior Banquet because it's just one last hurrah for just the senior class. You know, with prom you've got everybody else. The Senior Banquet is strictly for seniors. It's a costume party, so you can wear whatever, you know, your creative mind thinks up. And we'll have, you know, best costume, best individual costume, best group costume, and it's a lot of fun.
Are you in any AP classes?
Yeah, but I don't know how to study for my AP test.
Maybe this segment will have some helpful tips.
With AP testing quickly approaching, many students are starting to feel the pressure. Today we looked into a student's point of view and talked to trusted AP teachers.
What are you doing to prepare your students for the AP exams?
So some things that I'm doing to prepare my students for the AP exams are I'm making like a big study packet that I'm going to hand out next week of materials and review packets and notes and practice multiple choice and free response questions. And then the College Board also has a lot of resources that I'm opening up for my students to access, and I think many other teachers are as well. And then I'm hosting a few after-school study sessions for people to get review on particular topics.
So I think probably at this point, one of the most useful tips for the AP exam, I always tell my students to answer the questions, especially the FRQ, in order of confidence, because a lot of students might end up running out of time on an exam. And so if you answer them in order of confidence, you're going to be getting most of the points on the questions you know. And then if you do run out of time, you're running out of time on a question you didn't know that well anyway. So I think that's like a great test taking strategy tip. And then really overall, when you're studying for an AP exam, you got to do it a little bit at a time. So it's a whole year-long or semester course. You can't chomp that down in one day or even 1 week. So I just say break it into sections and work through it in that way.
Now we will be hearing more from an AP student's perspective.
How are you studying differently for AP tests rather than regular tests?
For AP tests, I've been using College Board, and I do the practice videos on there. And they go through multiple choice and practice FRQs. And then they also have practice exams that you could take, so I've been also taking those.
Are you aiming for a specific score, or are you just trying to pass?
I'm aiming for 4s and 5s, especially with chem, because I'm going to college for biochemistry. So if I could get a 5 on the AP Chem exam, that would be pretty good.
What are AP testing days going to look like?
AP testing starts on Monday, May 4th, and it goes for the next 2 weeks after that. And basically, kids will either be taking a morning test or an afternoon test, depending on what class they're taking the test for. And if it's a morning test, then they'll be down, it's usually in the gym, taking their test for a couple of hours in the morning, and then they'll head to their classes afterwards. If they're taking an afternoon test, they'll head after lunch down to the gym and take their test before going home.
Wow, that was some good advice we can use to pass our AP test.
Now we're passing the camera to some hardworking LCTV correspondents.
Hey LC, I'm Megan McCluskey.
I'm Jessica Salerno.
I'm Nathan Burnett.
I'm Samantha Smith.
I'm Maya Contreras.
And I'm Emmett Vardabedian. And we're passing it to Mr. McNamara.
I'm Mr. Mack, and I'm passing the phone to somebody that just turned 40 years old.
I'm Mr. Fry, and I'm passing the phone on to somebody that is very loud. that talks very loud in their classroom. We can hear them all the way down the hallway.
I'm Mr. Zelanik. I'm passing the phone to the greatest fisherman at Lake Central High School.
I'm Mr. Rohde, and I'm handing the phone to someone who comes to school just to get away from her kids.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Vukas, and I'm going to pass the phone to the happiest teacher at Lake Central.
I'm Mrs. Davis, and I'm passing the phone to somebody who gets in a lot of trouble when they forget my morning coffee.
Hi, this is Mrs. Gaidos, and I am passing the phone to a teacher that is brave enough to spice a little bit up her life.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Wilkins, and I'm passing the phone to someone who's always so happy to do traffic duty.
Hi, this is Mr. Beck. I am passing the phone along to someone in the main office who likes to go around quoting Ric Flair and thinks he's going to wear the Speedo style thing to senior banquet.
I'm Mr. Smolinski, and I'm passing it back to the tennis twins.
This really helped me get a feel for people's personalities.
Earth Day was earlier this week, and I've been wondering about different ways we could help the planet.
This next segment will give us information about that.
Earth Day was April 22nd. It's important to take care of our Earth because it gives back to us.
Earth Day is a way where we can take a day and celebrate all the things that we are doing to help sustain the earth, but also a day to become aware of how we can keep the earth going for eternity. It is important to teach students about the environment. That way they know that the community that they live in is not just there's more outside of it, and everything is connected. It's also important so that way when you walk outside, you can be aware of the animals around you, the resources around you, the cycles around you, and hopefully make you aware of your actions. I wish every student practiced the usage of water. That's a very easy one in terms of how much water you use in a day, from brushing teeth to showering to even just what you're drinking out of. But then that goes into my number 2, which is waste. A lot of people think of waste as like garbage, but I'm referring more to like food waste.
Earth Day reminds us that everyone has a role in protecting the planet. We talked to the co-president of Environmental Club to hear how students can make a contribution.
It's important for students to learn about Earth Day because we need to gain a larger understanding of how our actions directly impact the rest of the world so that we can help prevent global warming. As students, the best thing we can do is educate ourselves. We can be more aware of single-use plastics and be more aware of the products we buy. Environmental Club does several activities to promote sustainability. We encourage the use of reusing trash by making crafts. We pot plants, and then we go around the school several times during the year for cleanups near the tennis courts.
Whether you're a teacher or a student, you can be a part of what makes Earth Day so special. I'm Skylar Ewer reporting for Lake Central Television.
I'm really feeling informed about Earth Day now.
And now here's Lily and Santa with this week's sports update.
Welcome to your 19th installment of Season 12 Sports Update.
As spring sports are in full swing, we have the latest updates and highlights. I'm Sienna Swanson.
And I'm Lily Gorlick.
Last Tuesday, baseball traveled to and defeated LaPorte with a score of 4-2. Braden Walls and Jacob Forstek had 2 hits and Connor Friesman doubled. The next day, they faced them at home and beat them again with a score of 7-6. Mark Passo pitched 5 innings, allowing only 3 hits and 3 runs. The boys face Michigan City at home on Wednesday. They have a doubleheader starting at 10 a.m. against Penn this Saturday.
On Tuesday, April 14th, girls softball won against Chesterton with a score of 17-4. The girls won against Portage on Wednesday the 15th with a score of 13-1. Saturday, April 18th, they also won both games. On April 20th, the girls won 2-1 against Crown Point. Maddie Such struck out 9 players, and Maddie Wainwright had a home run. On the 21st, they played Maryville and won with a score of 19-0. They are currently undefeated.
Boys volleyball played Chesterton on Monday and won 3-2 with their second reverse sweep of the season. Danny Smith and Kristen Zarnick both had 14 kills, Juan Flores had 18 digs, and Brady Cook had 23 assists. The boys played Crown Point at home on Thursday, and their next game is Monday at the LC Gym against Portage starting at 5.
On April 14th, girls track won against both LaPorte and Maryville, while boys won against LaPorte and were defeated by Maryville.
Boys golf shot a 3-night team as a team in the Municipal Golf Course in Michigan City for their Marquette Invitational. Cooper Cronky led the team with a shot of 77 and tied for second place. They have their LC Classic Invitational at Sandy Pines on Saturday when they face 15 other teams.
On April 16th, girls tennis had a match against Hanover, winning 5-0. On April 20th, they had a match against Andrean, winning 4-1. Nora Carr and Giovanna Kragulik won in the singles. Andy Schultz, Lila Hurley, Maisie Redhead, and Kira Gordon won in the doubles. They are currently 4-0 in the DAC.
Girls lacrosse traveled to South Bend Lacrosse Club on Wednesday and played at Clark Middle School against Valpo yesterday. Their overall record is 4-5 and their conference record is 3-5. The girls will head to Culver for their next game starting at 5:30.
Now, we're handing it off to Alexa for this week's Athlete of the Week.
Hey LC, I'm Alexa Puthovsky and welcome back to the 19th installment of Athlete of the Week. Today I'm here with track athlete.
I'm Eli Turpin.
For this week's installment. So Eli, how's your season been?
It's been good. We got second in our meet last Tuesday at Highland, and we're racing this Tuesday at LC.
And what is the team's strengths looking like this season?
We have a really good atmosphere. Everyone's really close, and we like to keep it positive. We're really motivational during our meets.
And what are your personal strengths?
I would say I have good stamina. Like, I'm not too fast, but we're working on that at practice. But I'm a really good distance runner, I'd say.
And I saw you committed. Congratulations. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Thank you. Yeah, me and my brother Owen both committed to IUN for cross country. I'm going into business.
That's really cool. And can you tell me what it's like to be on a team with your twin brother?
It's really good just to know I always have like someone there for me, someone who's there to motivate me, and someone I've already been running with for so long.
And how do you stay motivated during the meets?
Stay motivated, I like to listen to music before I run, and then during I run I just tell myself like the meets aren't, like the races themselves aren't really that long, so you just gotta hold on.
And to wrap it all up, what advice would you give to someone who's just becoming a runner?
I would tell them to just make sure you know that what you put in the sport is what you get out. Like, running isn't really something you can cheat. It's either you like show up to practice and you do the work and then you get the outcome that you wanted, or you don't.
Thank you for talking to me today, Eli.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, and thank you for watching, LC. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Thanks, Alexa. We wish all of our spring sports the best of luck as they continue their seasons.
We'll see you next week for this season's last sports update. Bye.
Thanks for the update, girls. Now here's a word from our sponsors.
ASG Roofing and Remodeling has served Northwest Indiana for over 30 years. They handle everything from roof repairs and replacements to full remodeling and restoration. Licensed, bonded, and insured, they are a team businesses and homeowners trust. If your home needs attention, contact them today for a free estimate.
Have you ever been in the athletic office?
I haven't. Let's take a look inside.
Hey Chloe, have you ever been to the athletic office?
No, have you?
No, let's go check it out.
The athletic office is where Mr. Enyart, Mr. Sandor, and Mrs. Folk deal with all the events around school. Let's get a tour from Mr. Sandor.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Lake Central High School Athletic Office. As you step into the office here, you're going to see a blend of the past with what's currently happening now. We're showcasing the state championship from this year and our fall sectional regional champions. This is where Miss Graves, who schedules facilities and is employed by our office as well as central office, usually sits, but she's off today. All right, as we continue to move through the office and you come right here, the first stop is one of our favorites behind the scenes. This is Miss Cheryl Falk. Miss Cheryl Falk is in charge of transportations, monies that come into the athletic department, and let's just say she's kind of the glue to our office. As you continue going, you enter into our conference room. This is where we're going to have middle school athletic director meetings, meetings with coaches, meetings sometimes with parents. We've got our projector screen, which we can put our computer on and go ahead and go through slides. As we keep going this way, this is where, with the long hours that we work, sometimes we are eating dinner. We've got a small kitchenette, an air fryer, our coffee machine, refrigerator, and in the back there, you don't really need to see that. It's coaches' mailboxes, a storage room, and a copy machine. All right, as we walk down the hallway to the last two offices, You'll see here day to day, these are all of the things that are happening at Lake Central and on the road for all of our student athletes and all of our teams. As we continue going down, the office right here is going to be my office. I'm not quite as neat as Mr. Enyart, but you can see we have changes of clothes. We're ready for all weather, and this is where we kind of live from 6:30 to 2:30 before we head outside. And the final office on your stop, this is where the boss lives from 6:30 to 2:30. And again, after that, he's in some sort of athletic facility at a practice or at a game. And thanks for touring our office.
Wow, that tour was really cool.
Yeah, it was. I wonder where our next classroom trip is going to be.
That was such a great display of the hard work that goes on behind LC Sports.
Have you seen any promposals lately?
Yeah, I've seen some really cute ones.
Do you want to go to prom?
Oh my gosh, of course. I know the perfect place that we could get dresses.
With prom being right around the corner and dress prices being high, the First Christian Church of Lansing offers a community closet that's a great place to find prom attire as well as everyday clothing. Let's learn more about it.
It's been awesome. Most of us start off by coming here for services, and then we just fall in love and we end up coming here, we join the family here.
So I heard about the community closet through my mom, who found out about it through Facebook, and she always donates her clothes there. And then on the Facebook page, they posted that they were having a prom-palooza, which my sister volunteered for, and then I ended up going there to find a dress. People and volunteers there were very nice. They all helped me find my dress and found multiple accessories for me to use, and even stuff for my graduation that I didn't know I needed and then I walked out with. They had some pretty high quality dresses. They had a bunch of dresses there. I ended up getting this dress, the Sherry Hill that I found there, and they had multiple other Sherry Hill dresses and just a bunch of high quality stuff in general.
Anyone who walks through the door, you consider family. We don't ask any questions. There's no qualifications. There's no needs to be met. You come in, you look around, and it's a treasure hunt.
I'm so glad there's a place where anybody can get an outfit for prom.
Well, that's it for today, LC. I'm Haley Helmuth.
And I'm Vivian Kelly. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube and our other social media platforms.
Thank you for watching, and be sure to tune in next time.
Bye! Advice we can use to help a path.
Run, Alexa, run!
Is that athletic office?
No, have you?
I'm so sorry.
Hey. Hi! I forgot my line. I didn't my birthday. Okay.